Here, we might just take Evella over Skip and Jack's Giant and Zahula, I guess. Avella's just very strong, and I find Skip a little bit too difficult to manage a lot of the time. So against Wonder Waddle, this is a streamer of some kind. Loki just took a couple damage, not great for him. Yeah, I don't love any of these with Evella, but I'm just going to take the, a high roll here and a low roll with it. Obviously these other two are better, but I don't actually love any of these things. We might sell on turn 2 and see if there's anything we actually want. Oh, we managed to avoid damage on turn 1, which is nice. And yeah, I think here we'll grab the animal. Obviously animals go well, pair well, sure, with what we're doing. And then we'll sell the tiny, buy one of the good characters, and shot it. I think that sounds like something we would do. And we get a nice little cat, little kitty cat, little kitty cutpurse. Kitty cutpurse is evil, therefore we wanted to get the buff. So we want the first thing in combat to be this wizard. Ooh, unfortunately, we're just gonna get the tie here because the dragon was a little bit buffed. This is interesting. So, evil animals, obviously quite strong here. This is an evil animal. The only thing about this is it's really not strong in any other circumstance. I do wonder if we want this, we want this power here potentially. Right? Oh, sorry, we want the spell here. And if we do, we can buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, and buy. What do we think about that? And the idea here is just to buff the kitty cutpurse. We allow it to get buffed, basically. And we'll lock here. Just locking the possibility of having a free spell that allows us to buy 2 3s seems, worthwhile to an extent. It's probably better than another spell, and that's the only trade-off. Okay, someone having a bunch of princesses this early is a little bit tough, I'd say. Huh, well, taking a sort of a tough 6 there. And to what extent do we love any of these? To a small extent? We have 6, so it doesn't seem like we're going to need the fruit. And, evil characters get bigger when the animals die. I mean, we could actually get some reasonably sized things if we had the princess up front. It's always tempting for me to grab a lucky. I don't think it's appropriate here. I feel like I'm supposed to maybe grab the princess here, as well as the creeper. And we'll just allow all these animals to die, and then buff our backline. Oh wow, people are just really giving us the business today. Actually, we will win this fight, but some of these hits haven't been what we were looking for. In terms of just giving our opponent the high roll. I don't think there's any chance we win this fight, right? If we were to just grab the wish. Now what if we sell the unicorn and grab the wish? I don't think we can grab the second wizard's familiar. If we grab the second familiar, it's only a 2/2. And we don't want it long term, I think. Not that we want these things. But yeah, I think this is maybe the ticket. Now we could just buy a 5 and the other two, although we don't fit them on really gracefully. I'm going to do this. I know it could be wrong, but we're reasonably high health here. And I think the chance to just get to level 4 at, reasonably, if we lose like 7 health, we have 27, we buy an XP. Is anyone at level 4 yet? Not yet. I mean, this would be a little bit early to have gotten 2 XP, right? But if we happen to get very lucky and win, obviously great shape. If we don't, then we don't. Yeah, this doesn't look like something we win against, right? So we're just hoping they take, they end up hitting these animals. This will do a nice little refresh. We will have a very large backline that I am not capable of calculating if it's going to be big enough. My instinct is that it will be here, but I've been wrong before. Ooh, tough one. Okay, I think we still have this, and I think we'll actually just get a variety of buffs here. Any chance this hits this? No. Okay, so we got 2 XP off this. Wow, and they did invest in a spell, which, really wants you to... Really wants you to, it really helps you win combat. Now, we are playing someone who is on 3 still. We could buy and get an XP. It does have a lot of appeal to me. We could just maybe zap one of our things. Yeah, I think I will zap one of our animals. We'll only gain 2. And now, could we buy... Is there anything interesting to buy here? My initial thought is that we buy the Good Witch. But we don't really want a good character in back is the issue. My second thought is we buy this Vulture. Because that seems absurd with our current build. And in general. Let me just roll. Maybe we'll find some more Vultures. We do not. Okay, but yeah, Vulture gets very big here. Provided we got very lucky last round because our princesses died in such a way that we got full spawns out of everything, even with only 1 empty slot to start. That, of course, was quite the snipe. Ooh, no, they're gonna have some nice spawns this round. I think we outscale them with the little bearded vulture here, and we're just sort of power leveling. Although, missing that hit right there was a little bit tough, I'd say. Maybe not, because these are all 7. Okay, so now that you can just see they have less than 11 attack remaining on board, so we will win this fight. And of course, one nice thing about the fact that this gets so big is that it's a little, it actually gains 7 health from the thing I'm about to figure out. From the creeper. We'll take a little animal just in case. Looking for a nice 5-drop. Here's a 5-drop. Here's a nice animal. I think we'll take this. We'll take a level 3 treasure. Seems like something we're in the business of. Getting +2 on the spell or the thing we're about to buy. Seems nice. I think it's actually time to sell this billy goat. Sell billy goat. And we buy here, and I think we pause. We do. We pause here, and we hope that we have 3. We get an extra gold off the kitty cut purse, because if we do, we can cleanly buy a siren, then a build-a-bear. Not a build. I'm sorry, baby bear. If only. So we just Wonder Waddle, who has not had the greatest start, obviously down to 3 health. but still quite formidable just as a character. We do get the, Slay there, which is very nice, and it looks like we'll take this down and actually knock them out. Wow. They had a very tough game. And I think because we got the Slay, we will be able to buy. This is interesting though. Is it better to buy the Siren, or is it better to buy the Sporko? Maybe, no, it's probably better to buy the Siren either way. Is it better to buy the Sporko instead of the Baby Bear? Baby Bear gives us 3 animal deaths, but this contributes pretty greatly to the animals. My sense is that I love Baby Bear. Is that a sense? Is that a full idea? Or is that nothing? Huh. So we could grab Sporko. Having a range character in the back is nice when we're getting buffs, although we're only getting 3 buffs, right? Because it's about animals up front. I think we need enough animals to die here. We'll grab this. This also pairs with things better. Now this could be a mistake, obviously, but I think we have to make some moves. We haven't had a lot of treasure so far, but we've gotten enough to get plus 2 out of it. Sorry, +2/+2 twice, so we're developing something. So we've set up what would be 2 slays, but had no open slots. So that is something to keep in mind, is that we don't have a ton of spaces available. Well, we get another slay. We'll get a little zap there. Now, are we gonna... No, we will win this fight, but we actually didn't get any slays off our sirens. So not our best work. Wombat's interesting here. Of course, we just said we were strapped on space, so buying a Wombat is a choice. And I think it's the one we're going to make. None of these are the choice, and we're not actually, because there's no 5s here, we're not even interested in the Masquerade Ball. We're not interested in the XP because it used all our gold, and just puts us exactly to 6. We're very interested in this random thing. And how do we get there? Let's go... How much weaker are we this fight? I don't think that much weaker if we go sell, sell, buy. Obviously we're at 5. We are summoning a good amount of things. Right? We're summoning some stuff. Hopefully even more stuff, right? And I think we just want to put these all in front. And the space we're going to leave is in front. So we are a little bit more vulnerable to like a Fireball or a Doom Breath this way. Although they're not at 6, so it's not super likely they have a Doom Breath. But we leave the space here because that way it will die before... Actually, no. After all that talking, I think we'd rather leave the space here because we do want the Siren to attack, early because it is a Slay. So this is an animal, so when it dies, we do get this buff. Well, they get their Slay off. They have sort of an interesting build. Sort of a dwarf, princess, sort of random thing build. Maybe less of a build than I'm making it sound like. Okay, we should get a Slay on something. We get 2 copies of some nice animals that are actually pretty big. There we go. We do want to take out this guy. There we go. And yeah, oh, so they don't take that much damage because they managed to cleanly take down all of our upgraded characters. But now we're on 6. So the obvious thing you see is the sheep in wolf's clothing. The sheep, yeah, that's right. Okay, but we're looking for like a pig's blanket or something. What's it called? Okay, now we're looking for a Grumblegore. Which is perfect because we just found one. First time to look for things is right after you've found them. And I think we'll just buff the Grumblegore. Does that have any value? Probably has a lot of value than making it sound. Yeah, we'll do it. I like it being a little bigger. 1, 2. Now I have a little bit of regret, but yeah, we're gonna just stop here by 1, 2 next fight. We're probably gonna be done with the Vulture relatively soon, but if you imagine, next fight, right, we'll put Grumblegore, we'll put Wombats, and we'll have, you know, a buffed up front line of spawners that are animals that buff 3 evil characters in the back. I mean, that's something I think, you know, may not be excited about, but is potentially powerful. I actually wonder here if it's best, so if we thought we were going to win the fight, I don't think we can do this because it's a little too ambitious, but if we thought we were going to win the fight, we'd sell the vulture, buy a chicken, throw it up front, take the buffs. I think that's way too greedy. But, you know, I think it's worthwhile to make note of, I don't want to say the greedier place, but just, you know, what are your options available? You know, what are you passing up, right? Because if you sit there and you don't acknowledge the things you're passing up, then it sort of like strips you of your ability to make the decisions, I think, or it sort of like takes you, lets you off the hook for some of the decision making. If you know, just seem like you act like you're having no options, but obviously, you know, everyone has some sort of options available. And so, what are my thoughts here then? We could do one roll, alternatively we sell and buy. I don't think we're going to put the vulture back in soon, right? So what if we sell and buy a chicken? Was it better just to have this? No, I think we're selling and buying a chicken. And then, do we want the Grumblegores spread out? I think the answer is yes, because, well, we do want the Siren attacking first. If the Siren, you know, if all the front row dies, right, and it gets to the back row, and the thing they attack first is the Siren, I think we're happy with our Grumblegores just, you know, raining range attacks on them. Also, I think we do want, you know, everything to be buffed a little bit, rather than just these characters to be buffed, you know, up to 2020, right? Or this to be buffed 2020, and this not to be buffed at all. That's actually the decision, right? This gets no buff, this gets 1 extra buff, because if we swap these, that's the situation we're in. And I think we like it a little better this way. So we can put the Grumblegores on the sides to evenly distribute the buffs. We're doing pretty well so far. We haven't played this person in a while, so I don't know how strong they are. They look pretty strong, Oh, and we're helping them get their treasure. Hopefully they don't hit this and we can get a nice attack. Right, okay, you know, we'll get the attack next time. We didn't even want this attack. We get some nice spawns, which all have the +10, which is, I think, nice for winning the fight. I mean, it's definitely nice for winning. I don't know why it's not like you have to think about it. It's just sort of definitely the thing. We will get the sleigh here. So now we have some trees, and we take them down. Not do a ton of damage, though. Obviously, we don't have any buffed up characters, so we don't do a ton of damage. I don't think we want to night hunt anything. I think we're fine. Here, you know, we want to find some triples, and we want to advance our board a decent amount. We're not unhappy with our board, obviously. I actually think this is going to be better than... I know what this is called. I'm just... Princess Peep, that's the one. We definitely don't want to change heroes. We're very satisfied with our current hero set. And, do we want to see what's available? Yeah. I like seeing what's available. What if we were to cast this spell here? Croc is interesting. We're not going to stop for it. But I'm interested. Intrigued. That's a thing. Yeah. So this is actually nice because we still get 3 summons out of this, right? We do get 1 less body, but we get 3 summons, but it's also more likely to be a summon because it doesn't require, you know, it doesn't require everything else to be dead, so if this is like the first thing attacked. Additionally, we have more chances to pair the 5s, you know, get some better treasures. So the big thing we need to look out for is this Cupid attacking. You know, attacking Cupids, you know, is a problem everybody has to deal with in life. It's just very relatable, I think. We are fortunate that these are mostly ranged, and I believe if they hit the Siren and it slays, we actually get all the triggers. It's not as if they get all the characters instead. Us summoning a Lancelot. Very nice. Yeah, because these are ranged, it means our characters don't just go and kill each other. And if we get the Slay here, we actually get 2 copies of the bear. And then we take them down. Okay. That was pretty clean. We've been having a pretty clean game so far. You know, we do need to try to find some treasures. Get a little bit more powerful. This is potentially a nice buff. We're looking to pair some of our things though. Or like triple some of our things. We will take the bear here. The bear is not overly powerful as is, but getting a 5-drop treasure does seem great. Oh, and having supports affect all the front row really does increase our power quite a bit. Yeah, I think we're interested in that. And I think what we'll do is just get a Medusa up here. Medusa doesn't seem super exciting, but if you're going to just, you know, if you have a board that's otherwise strong, like we do, right? We were strong last round, we're relatively strong this round. We got, you know, got a nice treasure. We are looking to replace Fancy Pants soon. So, you know, assuming that we still think we're strong, Medusa, you know, if we have a strong board of 6, but we're missing a spot, Medusa's a nice way of saying, okay, hopefully this just trades cleanly 1-for-1. None of our other things actually, in the front row at least, are super invested in being the attacker. So having the Medusa just get, you know, the first attack, trade cleanly, means that, you know, our strong 6 board is now competing with a 6 board. That's obviously a tough hit. We got lucky with that second one. I would say that they do have, you know, an advantage here, because they're going to cast some nice spells. We did get 2 dragons, very luckily. Oh wow. Yeah, they are getting quite the spells. So we're going to take 8 damage on everything. Get some pigs? Wow, okay. Yeah, we'll get taken down this fight. Wow. Take some damage. Okay, well. So you're seeing that people are still scaling, people are getting some nice boards. I think we might want some help winning the fight, so we'll take a strong spell here. Baby Bear could be better than Medusa. I think Medusa's just pretty strong. Although, so we'll take the 5 here. And none of these are super exciting, honestly. If you just think about, you know, what we're looking for, you can see that, you know, Slay characters attack twice. We only have 1 Slay, it's in the back. And when a character dies, we get a buff this Brawl. But I think we're pretty strong as long as... I think we'll take the staff here. With the idea being that we'll only have it for a turn or so. And we'll throw in, you know, a spawner. It's an evil animal. It spawns 2 animals. It buffs our backline. It also, because we have the horn and 2 grumble gores, anything in the front gets plus 20 attack. So having a spawner is just very, very powerful. And, you know, we're able to just put basically anything here for a single fight and have it not be an enormous liability, I think. A round table is very, very tough for us to deal with. Taking down the Echo Wood is a great step in that direction, but I think it's going to be just tough for us to get through these enormous things here. The pumpkin is very nice, though. You know, in terms of things that could spawn. Give us a couple buffs. But yeah, I mean, this is the type of board that outscales us here, right? Like, if you just imagine all our things trying to get through here, it doesn't happen. And actually, since they have so many, I guess they only have 2 upgrades, so we're not going to lose here, but we're certainly in a tough spot. We do get to battle the person who is not here, so we do have a little bit of, you know, an opportunity. I think what we need to do is try to pair the grumble gores or triple the grumble gores. I don't think we need the Oni King. We don't have that many animals. We would love the polymorph against them. We got very lucky hitting the Echo Wood. I don't think we have much of a chance versus that person. I think if we're going to have a chance, it probably involves some Medusas. It actually probably involves the Harvest Moon plus the Medusas. So if that's the case, I wonder if we're just supposed to grab No, because we don't have any way to get... Yeah, we don't really have any way to get the buff that would give us... Or sorry, the treasure that we'd be looking for there. 3 big pigs is very nice. I think we'll pause here and grab it. We'll replace the sheep here. I can imagine that being very strong. So this was the person. All we have to worry about is the Cupid here. So one of the issues here is it's unlikely that both these people, whoever wins knocks the other one out because they're at so much health. And because of that, we're going to have to play someone next round. I think it's probably the Catter, which is, I think, probably better for us because this person crushed us. And since we're playing them, you know, we have the potential to be knocked out, obviously. You know, we're not going to get another round of this. So we do play Catter. They did lose. So presumably they're a little bit weaker. I think we'll just take a spell and we're going to just hope that they are weak enough. I don't think we need to buff the Medusa here. I don't think that's what we're looking for necessarily. I don't think we're looking for Echowood anywhere. The idea with Echowood and Medusa... So I think Medusa... So against this person, I'm not sure. Against the final person, having 2 Medusas is going to be our best bet. Just to hope that we can take down enough trees with the Medusas, and then, you know, it's sort of a underpants gnomes after that. I think we'll just grab this, sell this right here, and, oh, we already bought a spell, so, you know what? That's not what we're looking for. This other tree is interesting. If you're looking at cheese, you know, you want apple trees, right? So we could put in like 2 Medusas, an apple tree, and then other random stuff. Now let's look for a Cupid. Okay, we don't find one. So, assuming we, you know, hold on this round, them losing I think means very little in terms of their strength because this person, Galahad, is incredibly strong. So I don't think them losing means they're weak at all. I think, you know, we still have to wait. I think the Siren might be better here than the Medusa for this fight. We don't know what they have, obviously. That was obviously very lucky. Oh. Not what we're looking for there, obviously. So, I was going to say, one thing we'd really like is if these things got big enough that the mummy doesn't take out our Grumblegores. Obviously it didn't. Oh, it's nice that we get pumpkins. We get 2 pumpkins. This is going to be a wild match, because we're going to get 2 pumpkin spawns here. Our things actually get very big, which is nice for us. But they have this very big pumpkin. It does look like we have the full batch of characters attacking. But basically, they're going to have a full board and we're going to have a full board. Oh, and a lot of it might come down to, you know, which things slay which. Like, so they get a book off this, right? We sheep something. We get a Chupacabra, which does get a lot of buffs. Looks like we're going to take this down. We're going to be, you know, it's going to be tough for us to, you know, compete with that last person. But, you know, securing the second place is obviously very strong. We do want to replace the staff. Staff does nothing in combat, so if you're coming down to a final combat, obviously, you know, you don't want the staff. Okay, so here, we're actually going to take a pumpkin, because a pumpkin has the chance to spawn Medusas and apple trees. And if we're trying to cheese, we go for the cheese. And we're going to grab another pumpkin, because a pumpkin has the chance to spawn Medusas and apple trees. We'll sell bear. We'll sell Echowood. Gonna move some stuff around. by a couple pumpkins. I'm gonna move Medusa. It's not on this line. Yeah, I think it's max. Actually, no, we'd rather have the pumpkin spawn. We'd rather have the pumpkin spawn here because we'd rather it have more spaces, I think. Was this going to spawn first? Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I don't know how much it matters. We'll put this back here. Yeah. So we're hoping to get 2 nice stone mason things or whatever. We did not. We got 1. Okay, 1 is, you know, just halfway up the mountain there. Okay, that was a tough one. No doubt, no doubt. So to keep spawning stuff, right, we're going to try to keep them at bay. Our entire front row will be gone. And then hopefully these pumpkins will just summon like 5 Medusas or something that all just attack immediately. Or they summon a bunch of books or something. Yeah. So I don't think we quite got there. Because I think getting there was maybe impossible. Because they have 2 big upgraded characters, it looks like it's impossible for us not to lose here. You know, obviously Round Table, Evil Eye, Trees is incredibly strong. You know, God bless them, right? They got a nice game. You know, we secure 2nd. But, you know, you could see here we went for the comp that gave us a chance, right? I mean, this might not be the strongest comp. Maybe it is. It may not be the strongest comp in just a, you know, not, you know, against a blind, you know, in a blind fight, not knowing what you're playing. But I think it's the strongest comp knowing that we can't win a stats fight. So what we need to do is put in maximum cheese characters. It might have even been better to say, let's take that even a little further and take out one of the Grumble Gores, right? Because the buff just doesn't matter. We were just never trading into them in a real way. Actually, take out both the Grumble Gores even. Move the Medusa, one Medusa to the back, move the other pumpkin to the back, and say, okay, we want to get 2 clean Medusa attacks off, guaranteed if we can, or, you know, as close to guaranteed as we can. And we want to maximize our pumpkin spawns by maybe putting 1 pumpkin, you know, to the left of the back, 1 to the right of the back. Oh no, we want the Medusa to the left of the back. So, okay, it's impossible to do exactly what we're looking for. Maybe we move 1 pumpkin all the way to the end, move the Medusa to the back. We could even leave the Wombat in hopes it spawns a pumpkin or an evil character. That might give us some kind of chance. You know, I think we were, you know, we were definitely an underdog because we had seen their board and it was very, very strong. But, you know, we found a way to try to compete. We got 2nd. We took down everything else we could find. And I think, you know, overall, I mean, obviously, if you have Summoning Portal and a pair of pumpkins and a Angry Pigs and a couple of Grumble Gores, this is a very strong board. You know, that's why we got 2nd. It was just a round table, right? I was going to say round tree, but round table plus, you know, a wall of trees and Echo Wood is always tough. We got very lucky the first fight taking down the Echo Wood, and we still lost by a considerable margin. So I think it was a fun game. You know, Evella is very strong. Usually, you know, we cruised through the early game. We took a, you know, first set of 3 damage early on, and then I think we eventually took 9 damage. You know, we were first with 37 health for a very long time. So I'm happy with how this game turned out. I don't know if there's anything we could have done a little, you know, there's probably some stuff we could have done a little differently last round. I just don't know how much it would have mattered. We had to win, you know, because they were also at like 22 health or something, 21, 22. So we would have had to win, you know, at least 2 fights, right? No, sorry, not at least 2, but at most 3, because we deal minimum 7 damage anytime you win a fight. And at most, you know, probably 2, sorry, at least 2. It's very unlikely that we happen to spawn a full board. We actually, since we don't have any upgraded characters, no way to spawn them. The maximum damage we could do is 13. Sorry, 13. If, you know, the last fight, or the last hit, a pumpkin cleanly traded or something, and was able to, you know, take them down with us having a full board. That just seems extremely unlikely. So, we'd have to win at least 2 fights, and it's, you know, one thing to try to high roll a single fight, you know, hope we get the first attack with our Medusa, things along those lines. Hopefully get good spawns. It's very hard to do it twice in a row, which is, the benefit of keeping your health high is you really make your opponent have to get that good RNG. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day.